What's happening, everyone? Professor Mike, Coach T, back again from Graceborough Round Day Leeds. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're talking about the mount from the top. Okay, great position, the mount, but can be challenging when we're learning Jiu-Jitsu and we can find ourselves struggling to maintain the position and struggling really to get submissions from there. All right, it can be a difficult place to be if we don't have some principles. So we're going to share some ideas with you today. So let's have a look from the top. Okay, if you saw our video last week about the mount from the bottom, you'll know some of these principles already. Remember, when you're learning Jiu-Jitsu, whatever our opponent wants from the bottom, we want the opposite. They want to frame around our hips to keep us on top of their hips. We want to be in a high mount position. We don't really want to hang around here above our opponent's hips because it gives them access to a bridge, gives them access to hip escapes, everything else, all right? Their escapes generally come from this low mount position. But you're going to find yourself in here quite a bit because this is 9 times out of 10 where you will land. Unless you've done a great job in clearing inside space to get to the mount, you're going to have to clear it when you get to the mount. So sometimes you're going to land here, all right? Don't panic. We just have to think about our focus. Our focus in a low mount position is not submitting my opponent. Our focus should be to maintain the position and move to a more advantageous position within the mount. All right, so what do I mean by that? In its basic terms, get to a position where you're hard to bridge off. You're hard to sweep. All right, arms can come out, Superman position, chest heavy, hooks being loose around the inside of our opponent's legs. Okay, grapevines, so we can talk about that another day if you like, or even crossing our feet. Whatever we want to do to make it hard to sweep off. And we can just stick this position for as long as it takes for our opponent to start to tire. Because don't forget, when we land in the mount, they are going to fight as hard as they can to get out. It's not a place for them to hang about in. So first and foremost, maintain the position. All right, once you've done that and you've withstood the storm and you're able to now think about progressing, we want to do what we can to get to our high mount. So not the easiest thing in the world. We want to be clearing this inside space. Okay, it might happen inch by inch. All right, we might control the head from here just to give ourselves something to anchor on and to deny our opponent an escape on this side. All right, we might start to then to climb. We might need to shift our grips. It might be difficult. We might catch the elbow. But we want to get to a position of the high mount where we're sat on our opponent's chest. We now no longer have to worry about the strength of his hips. And we have options here to submit left and right, and of course, the neck as well. This position in the mount, yes, we're still concerned about staying on top, and it can be like a little bit like sitting on a Swiss ball. All right, we just need to get our balance right, but ultimately we should be thinking about finishing the fight from here. Okay, and we can show you techniques in the future. So just to recap, 2 common positions in the mount: a low mount position. Our feet should be glued to our opponent's hips, monitoring their hips. We should be first and foremost thinking about maintaining this position, however I need to do it. Out here is fine if you're worried about being bridged off. Here's good as well, taking away our opponent's hip escape on one side. We can apply pressure here. Yes, there are submissions here as well, but first and foremost, think about maintaining the position. Once we've solidified the position, we can start to look at maybe opening up some inside space, filling it with our knees, maybe on the other side as well, get into a high mount position, which gives us options now to attack. And that's where we're going to finish the fight from. Whilst we're on that subject, we're going to do a video for you coming soon about staying on top. One of the things I want you to think about in the mount position is finishing whilst you stay in the mount position. Why would we, this is a question just to consider, why wouldn't we, finish a position here or here? The problem with coming to an armbar here is it gives our opponent a chance to come up on top. Makes it harder for us to get back to the mount position if our armbar doesn't work. So I would challenge anybody who's new to Jiu-Jitsu to remember this. When you get to a good position on top, stay on top. You can get to the back from here, fine. But don't fall back to a guard position from the mount. That's not good Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, there's enough options here on top to finish the fight. Try and finish it on top. And the final thing just to leave you with is this is a balance, it's a trade-off. You're trading off your ability to finish your opponent with your ability to maintain the position. And it's going to be a constant flow. So don't get too fixated on positions here because you're going to compromise your ability to stay on top. You should always be mindful that you may need to abandon that attempt to stay in the position because you must stay on top. Okay? And great Mount players have a really heavy game, but they're also very light and fluid as well. And that's what you want to develop. Okay? Thanks, Coach T. So some very, very basic principled ideas and concepts there from the Mount. Short video again. Next week we're going to talk about some techniques. But for now, if you've never gone to the Mount before, you know enough now to be able to dominate that position and stay on top. All right, take care, guys. We'll see you next time.